Get going.
You got it, Buster.
It's Chloe.
What did I say?
Buster Brown. No, it's Chloe. Buster Bunny. All right, that's closer, but
No, you're thinking of Babs.
oh.
You know what? I'll go with it if it gets you to shut up.
She's
Yes, sir.
British. I don't know what accent you were doing.
Anyway, welcome back to Uncharted 2, everybody.
Give me a hand, Nate.
Of course we have to worry
By
about
the
the
way,
old man.
Here's the thing that kind of pisses me off. Know who would have been the perfect movie Sully?
Hurry.
Like the
Oh.
absolute.
It's Drake.
What?
God damn it, another one?
No, she.
Okay, no. So I will say in this credit, what she's doing here is,
Should have known it was you.
she's trying to be the double agent. So they're all here, so she has to play along as though she caught us.
Yeah.
Oh.
You still dragging this
Victor,
tired
goddamn
old sack of shit
Sullivan.
around?
Also,
Easy,
but no.
Mitch.
Again, with
That's pretty ballsy
with
for a
Sully,
guy
know
who
who
spent
would
the
have
last
been
10 months
the
behind bars.
perfect
Better than
movie
pissing
Sully.
away 3 months
Like
in the
hands
jungle
down,
without a clue.
I cannot think of anybody better.
Couldn't find your own ass
The actual Richard McGonagall?
No, Bruce Campbell.
They came from down there.
Really? Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, well, I
think
guess
he would've
if you
been.
want to, like, if you want to go with the, if you want to go with like the, I don't know why I'm blanking on the name, like the younger like mentality, then yeah.
No, not
India and
what,
Tibet.
younger mentality. Why?
Well, I
Bruce
mean-
Campbell's in like his
Reveal a
60s.
pathway to
Well, I figure he's at least a little older,
Shambhala.
younger than
While we're
Sully
young.
is.
No.
She's from over young. Again,
Such a bad
they're
So now that
basically
I've given
treasure
Matt another
hunters.
reason to think I'm an idiot.
No.
Anyway,
no.
these two are just being. Anyway, these two are just having some fun little quirky writing. It's all good. We're gonna move on ahead. While they go and look at the goods.
She's gonna have some explaining to do later.
Come on, keep moving.
Yeesh. Rude.
There we go.
Dang.
I'm sure they won't
Are
notice.
you alright?
Yeah, well, it'll make it look more believable.
She's gonna give us a
I'm gonna
head
try and
start.
buy you some time.
Take that Furbo with us.
No, Chloe, you have to come with us.
No. Just meet me in Nepal.
Off to Nepal we
That's
go.
kind of awkward since I technically have a girlfriend, so you know.
Whatever did happen to her anyway?
She'll appear, don't
We'll
worry.
learn. We'll also learn later. They broke up for a bit because.
Oh, that's
you
because
know,
of course.
Nate, because again, Nate's dangerous life.
And again, I like to note, there's only one game in the series where Elena does not appear, and also for the fact that, for some reason, the movie decided not to use her at all.
Oh.
I wonder why.
Actually, now that I think about it, her breaking up with Nate. Let's be real here. We could totally just set up the excuse right now. It's because of the goddamn camera.
Ah!
It wa-
They
it
actually
wasn't you.
bring
It
up
wa-
the camera in every single game. They do.
They do.
You'll see. If not that first camera, then this. You'll see.
What do we do? We jump.
We jump.
Yeah, you were talking about like apparently there was like one game that she wasn't in.
Golden
Which one was that
Abyss.
Get caught. Lazarevich will break
Okay.
before.
Well, because that was all
It's a
those before
prequel.
all this.
Yeah, it's a prequel before even the
Just
first
start
game.
this again.
again? And you know what? Because because she's not on Golden Abyss, I bet that was Neil Druckmann's favorite game.
Sully, we're gonna get out of this.
God, yeah, again. Okay, so, fun fact about this game, people. This was the game where Neil Druckmann, I think, started having more direct control over over Uncharted games.
After you.
And he is like an executive producer. Or, he is like a producer or one of the writers or something. So, why aren't you just shooting?
Shit.
Okay.
Well, they probably
Well, they couldn't see him.
yeah, I was about to say they probably assumed the
Oh, there
fall
they
would
are.
kill them. Oh, never mind.
But
And the fact that regardless, welcome to Nepal. It's not much better.
also, we are going to meet Elena soon. So, anyway.
Later. Don't try not to spoil everything for them, but continue.
But again, big thing about like
Charming.
big thing about this game. This is like the game where Neil Druckmann just started kind of working on more stuff at Naughty Dog. And you can look this up. This is a real Reddit post. One of the main writers of Uncharted said that practically every single fucking day, Neil Druckmann would come in and ask them, hey, can you kill Elena? And they would always say no. They'd go, no, we're not going to kill Elena. But why not? Give us a reason to kill her and we will do it. Well, it would make Drake sad and depressed and it would move his character arc forward.
What character arc?
Yeah.
Neil, you can be honest with us. You just really don't like Elena, do you?
I've been better.
But no,
He was more so. No, he was more so.
he wanted to fridge her. He wanted to fridge her. That's how it.
Right, he wanted to fridge her, and he also just wanted. He desperately is after that. I think stories are only deep in emotional stories if there's sad things, not when they do cool ass Crash Bandicoot shit like this.
Oh boy,
I will
here
say
we go.
though, like I'm not
Running
saying that that's a wrong assumption. I feel like there might be like a slight bit of bias since if Elena is like the only woman he's willing to do this to. Because as far as I know, I don't think he has the same kind of bloodlust for any other female character in the series.
Well, no. Again, the whole thing is just the fact of like Elena is the love interest. That's the thing, though. And if you kill the love interest, and that makes the game like such a greater story and all that.
Again, it just makes it sound like he has just such a weird boner.
He
for
has a. I'm just
dark,
going to set
depressing
it.
stuff.
He has a fetish for despair. That is my legit thought. I legitimately think he has a fetish for despair and depression.
I mean, did he really? I mean, I assume he'd also really wanted the Uncharted series to outright go into zombie apocalypse territory or something like that.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know.
I mean, no. Why else? Why else were they so gung ho to
Well,
do
here-
The Last of Us?
Here's also the thing as well.
Hello.
Well, here's the thing. The Last of Us was Druckmann's baby, but also, to be fair, I am going to put this out. Uncharted 4 was the game that I think he actually directed that one. Yeah, that one actually, did have, that one did, I'm so tired. Yeah, that
Sorry,
one...
cue ball.
Nope.
Damn. He was like,
Hold up.
yeah, I cheered, and then he dies.
Again, at the very least, headshots are. They should be this potent.
Yeah.
I like that.
Now we just
Anyway.
gotta find Chloe.
But no, basically, fuck, I can't talk. I apologize.
Again, how
6 and
this?
9,
We will
nice.
attack. We are going to. Hey, but hang on. But the foul could be nice. It's like a 3-round burst. But this is nice.
Yeah.
But it's the FAL. Oh, you can't go that way.
But no,
Okay, maybe the FAL is not as nice.
But
oh
yeah, Uncharted
okay.
4 is like the darkest one in the series.
going that
And
way.
you can kind of tell that Druckmann made that one.
Yeah.
Also,
Well, I mean-
fun fact, another thing is he constantly wanted to kill Sully as well, and in Uncharted 3, while they're writing it, he kept on sneaking in Sully's death, yeah, basically, just, kind of spoiler, because
Well,
it's,
it just sounds annoying.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, I'll be
no.
honest. He just sounds like an obnoxious person to be working with if he's just doing this on a like way to add one more thing that your entire staff has to now worry about. Crazy
Okay,
old
so
Druckmann
now I'm
changing
just-
things up.
Now I'm just like genuinely curious. Like, how long has Druckmann been with like Naughty Dog? What's
I'm
the
going to
earliest game
check.
that he's worked with?
I'm going to check. I'm going to check, actually.
I mean,
Whoa.
it's kind of sad in retrospect considering, like, isn't the dude pretty much like one of the higher ups of the company now?
So he started off as a programmer for Jak 3 and Jak X, and became a designer for Uncharted 1 and 2. It wasn't until The Last of Us and Uncharted 3 that he started becoming more of a director and writer.
I could just imagine now that like while he's working on that.
my.
What was the name of the love interest in Jak 3 again?
Ashlyn.
Actually, I just imagine while they're working on that, Druckmann's just like doing the programming. Is like, you know, one of these days I should go to them and pitch the idea of them killing off Ashlyn.
Again,
Just
it
get back to work,
It
real.
just.
No, I feel-
that's what I'm saying. It just
Honestly,
it sounds so
real
predictable
talk,
and annoying.
I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they were if he at some point tried to sneak in the idea of doing that to Kira, considering they were still trying to, you know, pair her and Jack up at like with Jak 1 and 2. But then by 3, they kind of Kira just barely
She's
exists.
there. Yeah, like, she has like 1 or 2 lines.
Also-
And
actually,
then they push Ashlyn to be the main
Also-
love interest.
Oh, hang on, Matt. Actually, incredible timing that we all start talking about this at this exact moment because,
Oh, precursor orb.
again, I'm not gonna be going out of my way for every treasure, but I will always try to find the
Actually,
strange relic.
yeah,
That's a nice little
every
nod.
single game has the strange relic.
and I'll always try to find it then because I like it.
But no,
Anyway.
By the way, that's one thing I like to mention about this game. Whenever you find treasures, I like that the treasures are indicative to whatever like mythology the game is taking part in, and all of that.
Right. The first time was all about El Dorado, so you had a lot of South American and other type of. Oh, excuse me. Oh, this is awkward. I thought I would have done the around the corner stealth kill. Oh no.
Nope, you just up and whiffed it.
Also, just looking at all this, I hate how there are people that are just like. I've looked up Neil Druckmann killing Elena thing, and one of the top things is this one Twitter account where a guy goes like, God, that would have been genius writing. If you hate it, you're just not smart enough to get it.
Okay, first off, first of all, smarts has nothing to do with it. Again, it's and yes, again, as the Naughty Dog staff themselves said, if there was a plausible, like, understandable plot reason for it to happen that would not require Nate or Elena to act out a character, then yes, I could have bought Elena dying as a really sad emotional moment, but it has to lead to something. Maybe, I don't know, just throwing this out there, maybe again, as someone who's not played Uncharted 4, do not spoil me on it, Matt. If they started like becoming like if they're trying to have a whole family thing going on, and maybe Nate was still like debating between, you know, taking responsibility as a father or having to, you know, carry on this whole adventurous lifestyle. But then if Elena died, well, now he has to accept the responsibility to save and or take care of his child, and I don't know, we see that part of him grow. Like, I could have accepted that, but if it sounds like he's only doing it just to make the audience feel sad, then that's not good writing. That's lame.
No, it just makes Elena seem like a tool.
Right. It's just a plot, a prop for the main character to be driven as that.
Fun fact. It was actually Neil himself who mentioned it, and he legitimately starts off the post with, I'm pretty dark.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm aware of that, edgelord from the 2000s.
Yeah, he said, legitimately said, I'm pretty dark. I wanted to kill Elena in Uncharted 2. Bruce is the one that would balance me and push me for more levity. So, just in case you're wondering, Bruce, hold on. Bruce, Naughty.
Hang on, real quick. Let me take care of that.
But, in case you're wondering, the guy is...
Whoa. There's the car. Oh, that was the car that also blew up from the explosion. And, dude, Nate's like, this pistol's amazing!
Whoa.
Oh, she had an RPG.
Seems like I am always
That was the pistol.
saving your ass.
Anyway, back to you, Matt.
Well,
I think we owe her some ass.
Oh.
So,
Is that an
anyway,
ancient Tibetan
the other
ritual
person that he is talking about, Bruce, is Bruce Straley, who worked in the on the series until, get this,
The key to everything.
Uncharted 4.
Yes, it is. Marco Polo's
So,
always
yeah,
watching.
after he finally left the company after
I have no
Uncharted
idea,
4 release, so, you know,
I do know
That's
No more of that levity.
far
Fun.
without it.
Yeah, great.
I
No,
wonder
that
if
is the
you can
person who
know
just
he and
couldn't-
Flynn have been
who's keeping
tearing
him
the
in
city
line.
apart. They
Sorry
must have
about
leveled
that.
Dozens of temples already.
And that was the point when Naughty
So
Dog
what's our
forgot
next
what it was like to have fun.
Nate,
I just, again,
I hate it when you do that.
I don't know. I'm not going to be the one...
this out.
Oh, hang on.
You see the symbol?
The one with the
Yeah.
little fire and droplet and...
Look up there.
Oh.
I see the
So
design.
basically, we're just going to find which temple
we know
matches
how
that
Marco
symbol, and
Polo
that's going to be
found
the
his
one
next
that
clue.
leads us to the Shambhala
The
scene.
temple
Anyway,
we're looking for is going to be
um,
marked with this emblem.
I'm not...
Now
It's
all we have
easy.
to do
It's really
is find
fucking,
it.
like, stupid games journalist
You do
easy
realize
to
there are
find
literally
one man and
hundreds of
establish
these
him as your
temples
boogeyman.
throughout the city.
I don't know if
That's right,
Druckmann's the
if we
one
found a
person to
high
blame for
vantage
everything that went wrong with Last of
We
Us
could
Part
split
2,
our
nor do I know if
place
he's the
back.
one person behind everything. I'm sure
I
there's
doubt
a
he's
team
the only
of people.
person, but to be fair, he for as far as we're concerned, he orchestrated most of it.
Can I make a
I'm-
theory?
right.
Building in the
Go
city.
ahead.
He became a George
Right.
Lucas prequel.
Well, okay, that's good thinking.
Where
How
he's
so?
surrounded, where the prequel movies were very much hated because George Lucas, like the original 3 Star Wars movies, a lot of people like keep on forgetting. George only directed the first one, and he had a lot of people around to tell him, "Hey, don't do these certain plot lines or certain storylines and all that."
Wait here. I'll see if I can
So-
find a way around.
I got this.
Can blow it off with a shotgun. Why?
Ow.
You have a shotgun. Okay.
Well, he tried.
Ow.
Okay,
But-
so yeah, unfortunately, we actually have to platform our way around.
Well, hey, if it's like the only other bit of platform we're still going to get in this game, by all means.
Yep. Let's go. Anyway, back to you.
I think Neil surrounded himself with yes men, and that's it. Nobody to go against his thoughts and wills.
And they're
So
all wearing Shadow the Hedgehog wigs.
See that ultimately that's the problem. Is I want to play games to have fun. Like between this and yes, even with Uncharted 4, like I know they can have fun. I want to have fun. I like Indiana Jones. I like the freaking to freaking mention Lucas now that I think about it.
And I mean, let's be fair here. Like, this is only really something we're really making the most out of with Uncharted, because that's pretty much what they're striving for with this series. I mean,
yeah.
Last of Us is pretty much its own doom. It's already going with the themes of doom and gloom, and it's like, it has its place there. Barring whatever weird oddities they did with the sequel.
I look Hotel.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is not just the oddities, but also the timing. Because weren't we at the very early days of like COVID when 2 was released?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not going to entirely blame the game for that. It's just, it didn't really how it matters.
Actually, I think 2 came out in 2021, so no.
Regardless.
Oh wait, no, it came out in 2020. Sorry, 2021. Was a better year.
Regardless, it just wasn't. It came out at a time where maybe we didn't want to play a game to be depressed. Oh, that's bad. You're very good aim.
Can you throw a fly ball next time?
Like here's the.
I want to be able to. I'm going to get my bat ready. Sorry, continue.
Here's the thing: if a game can have serious themes. A game can have a serious story. It can even have a depressing one. But if it's not fun to play, then what is the point of fucking playing? That is my view on games. If a game is not fun to play, then why play?
Right, no, again, like, well,
Nighthologists.
but absolutely say it to Reggie, because he will say that's one of his favorite quotes. Oh!
I think what we're trying to get at here is that no matter what, there does still need to be some level of levity to the product.
Just
make it as
like,
serious as it absolutely needs to be, and make it as lighthearted as it needs to be, and just know exactly what you're trying to do with the series, and don't go straight too far without it seeming like it's a completely different product entirely.
Yeah.
Well, just in general, like I played games where they do make me feel bad or sad or at some points, but they'll always come right back. Like it's just I don't know where I'm going
Nate?
with this.
You know what I think is it's gonna seem like an odd comparison at first, but just stay with me on it.
Right.
I think a good example of how you can establish something like that is a lot of Don Bluth films. Because if you look at a lot of like early Bluth films, like the first American Tail or the first Land Before Time, the characters go through quite literally many levels of hell, but it's worth going through it because there is like a good, happy payoff at the end of it. Like you get to see them, finally have their moment of levity at the end.
Oh, for sure. Like by all means, give me a struggling kind of a journey if it all pays off the end. Like we played games like that had like really sad like moments and stuff, but it all leads to like really nice things.
I can't remember who said it, but one of my favorite quotes is, "You can show a child anything just as long as there is a happy ending."
Right.
And yeah, no, but no, it's like I prefer whenever a movie and all that has like not movie, a game is fun to play and all that. It's why like here's the thing. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love role playing and stuff like that. And there was one campaign that I just kind of left because I just eventually wasn't having fun anymore.
I guess I could bring this up as an interesting example as far as like those kinds of games are concerned. Like, it's a really weird example, but hear me out here. It's a very recent example. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I mean, we
stuff in there.
It looked like the whole thing looks like it's set into a post-apocalyptic territory, and well, I mean, they still do their absolute best to make it all lighthearted as like Kirby usually goes, but still keeping in a whole bunch of its usual dark undertones. But it never really felt like it was trying to be, for lack of a better word, depressing, like super duper depressing.
I know, fine. If I could punch it like in Resident
And I don't really mind spoiling this, considering this is going to be like months after the game's out. But like, I do appreciate that by the end of it, they show that it's not exactly a post-apocalyptic world because humanity died out or anything like that. It's more so that the original people. They actually succeeded in finding a means to travel to other worlds, and they totally made the most of it.
Honestly,
Like, those are the kinds of stuff where, like, it would be a matter of, like, they all just either went extinct or they just died out. But no, like, this is one of those weird times where in a scenario like that, it wasn't a super depressing ending.
Actually, here's one thing I want to point out. This isn't story-wise, but gameplay-wise as well. If a game isn't fun, then why play it? For me, is like, sure, the Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all that, all those games, Elden Ring, those are incredibly difficult, hard as nails games that are going to really test your mind. But they're still fun for people to play.
Again, and the gameplay, this is enjoyable, and I don't know.
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's a grenade.
Circle around this way.
So it is.
Break up that little
So, to end off this part, we're gonna have ourselves a little enemy encounter to
well, that's where you come in, sweetheart.
take out a whole
I need you to
group
take
of
care
people.
of it.
Watch as in this game,
Quietly.
Nate takes out an entire army.
Yeah?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
Desperate times, right? What does that mean?
It means that's the chapter, you dum-dum. Anywho. Moving!
Here we go.
This encounter was one of the ones that took me a little while to get to learn. Not saying this game is... You should have been dead. There we go. Not saying this game
Well,
is...
it wasn't a headshot. It was a mouth shot. Now, wasn't it, Logan?
Clearly.
That was just
fine.
that was just an all-around shot.
Yeah, ultimately, it's not gonna say this game is like too hard. Not gonna say it's too easy, but sometimes it throws a lot at you.
Better or worse than what we went through in the first game.
I'd say worse in a few late game encounters. Again, bullet sponges, but they give you a lot more toys.
Whoop.
And
isn't that exactly what we came here for?
that's what we've been waiting for.
They seem to like it when they put this Nathan Drake in a good game.
I would actually love that if someone could convince... real talk, right now, I would play... Druckmann, I would play a game that's just a biopic about your life as a video game developer and the depression that came along with the middling response. Not middling, but certainly the contrasting response that Last of Us Part 2 did. Basically, there's this one College Humor skit that I loved where it was M. Night Shyamalan as M. Night Shyamalan being perplexed by why his movies were doing so poorly. Like, man, at one point it's like, oh, The Happening was like had like a freaking 22% approval rating. Oh, and then this other movie had a 12% approval rating, and then Avatar: The Last Airbender got a 2% approval rating, and he's like, it's always the 2. It has to mean something, and he's trying to figure out what's going on with his movie.
Shyamalan though? Like in the video?
No, it's
darn
someone
it.
playing him.
Darn.
But
Because I was just thinking, I don't know why it kind of reminds me of they recently, like, it's a movie I'm looking forward to called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh yeah, no, I want to see that.
It
Apparently,
looks-
it's actually really good.
Oh, it has a 100% right now on Rotten Tomatoes. Like,
And apparently,
straight up
and
100.
at the very least, people are saying it's one of Nicolas Cage's best works.
And he plays himself.
I know, it's gonna be great.
I'm you
looking
see
forward to
the
seeing that.
trailer, right?
Oh yeah.
I still fucking love
don't
it.
wanna-
I don't want.
Don't make me
I
kill
don't
you.
want to kill you. I don't want to kill me
I don't
either.
wanna kill
I love
you.
you. I love you too.
I love you too. Just I'm gonna
punch you in the face. Oh god.
Oh god. Again, I can't wait for it. Also, I'm about to commit a war crime. Sorry, everybody. This is a war crime, by the way, using another enemy's weapons against themselves.
Huh.
Which,
But what if they're trying to
so
kill
he
you?
is breaking the Geneva Convention?
Welcome to Nathan Drake, breaking the. I can imagine one of these freaking
I
chapter
got-
titles was
wait,
that
I-
break the Geneva.
Actually, remember, Logan, I'll counter with biological warfare, aka I'll counter with breaking the Geneva Convention.
I'll counter you nudging too close to me by breaking the Geneva Convention. It's like, wow, that escalated really quickly. Anyway, that is fortunately the encounter. We did it. We win. Yay!
Yay!
So join us in the next part as we found a hotel. Chloe has found a hotel that is one of the highest vantage points in the city. So we're gonna start climbing up it to figure out if we can find where that temple is, and carry on.
Why don't
Actually,
taking renovation?
Oh, sorry. I'm fairly certain that's where the swimming pool is with the Marco Polo reference.
Oh, you know what? You're right. And I never did. I didn't stay in it long enough to get that achievement. Oh, well.
Spoiler warnings, they are not currently taking reservations.
Man.
Bye.
Druckmann!